Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone. So life is a little bit hectic at the moment because I'm literally in the final stages of preparing for my brand new merch launch, which is coming out very soon. I've been working on this collection for so long now, and it's nearly time to release them to the world. But yeah, because life has been really quite busy recently, I haven't really been able to go to any theme parks to vlog and stuff. But I wanted to make a video for you guys, so I thought today I would sit down and react to one of the most popular videos on my channel, Thorpe Park's next coaster. Now, this video was uploaded to my channel back in July 2018, which is just under 3 years ago. And I watched a little bit of it the other day, and some of the stuff that I discuss and talk about is a madness. Like, I made some pretty wild predictions. So today I'm gonna go back and watch this video and just kind of see what I was saying 3 years ago and what kind of predictions us enthusiasts were making back then. And obviously I'll compare that to the current situation that we're in. So yeah, let's give Thorpe Park's next coaster a watch. We've waited 6 years. We will start to see plans towards the end of 2018, the next big development to happen at Thorpe Park. Something that Thorpe Park has always been missing, and it probably would be the best ride in the UK. Oh yes! First of all, I feel like I just don't make intros like that anymore. Like, oh, I miss that old glitch effect and the dun 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 dun. I think this is the only time that I show this little Photoshop that I made in the entire video, but look at that. That is basically the Thorpe Park skyline with Shambhala edited in the background. But oh boy, how good does that look? I've always said that there's like a nice gap between Stealth and Swarm, and oh boy, a big hypercoaster does look alright there, doesn't it? Look at that. Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about hypercoasters a little bit later on. But yeah, let's actually start the video now. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone. So, today's video has been a long time in the making. A long time in the making, Jack, yeah. Many years, in fact. Because ever since Thorpe Park's last coaster, the Swarm, was built back in 2012, everyone has been patiently waiting and asking what the next big thing would be. Oh boy, if only I knew back in 2018 that 3 years later, we're still waiting, baby. Literally within the next few years, within next year in fact, it's going to be a decade since the Swarm was built. Oh my god. And we had high hopes back in 2018. I'm pretty sure I make some date predictions in this video. And we've waited 6 years and nothing. We've heard no news about 10 years. 10 years now. However, I believe we are now nearing the point where we will find out the next big development to happen at Thorpe Park. So today we're going to be taking a look and having a little chat about what Thorpe Park's next roller coaster will likely be. We're going to be taking a look at the 4 most likely types of ride, as well as possible locations and even possible themes that this ride could have. Okay, I actually am quite excited for this because I literally cannot remember what I would have said. I mean, I've obviously got a lot of predictions now, but back then, not a clue what I would have said. So yeah, let's get right into it. So, in at number... Also, can we just appreciate the little Photoshop job I did? Just edited some track and a whole construction site, in fact, onto the island next to the Swarm. Look at that. Very good. So, in at number 4, we have a wooden roller coaster, specifically a GCI wooden coaster. I mean, I can still very much get behind that. Over at Alton Towers, which opened brand new this year. Now, a wooden coaster is something that Thorpe Park has always been missing and something that fans have always been asking for. In fact, back before Saw the Ride was built, there are actually plans for a wooden coaster in Saw's location. I feel like a lot of new fans to Thorpe Park won't even know this, but yeah, there were plans for a wooden coaster to be built instead of Saw the Ride. And it looked like a sick layout. Like, people have since recreated it in like No Limits and stuff, and it looked like a really cool layout.
But obviously nothing ever happened with this, and Saw the Ride ended up being built. So it is something that the park have considered in the past, but nothing has ever come from it. So you may be asking, why would they want to build a wooden coaster now? And I think the biggest piece of evidence we have for a possible wooden coaster being built is Wicker Man. Like, Wicker Man was obviously a relatively small wooden coaster.
I mean, this is facts. Like,
so could it have
Wicker Man went down well?
Wicker Man was just a little test to see how the public would react to a wooden coaster at a Merlin theme park. And in my opinion, Wicker Man seems to have gone down very well. Everyone seems to enjoy it. So seeing as it has gone down so well, could Thorpe Park be looking at this and be thinking, right, let's do the same but on a bigger scale. Let's make it a big thrill coaster rather than just a family coaster. Also, we have
the theory absolutely makes sense. Wicker Man went down well, and it could have been a test, but
to make way for Wicker Man. And over at Thorpe
and yeah,
Park,
Loggers Leap closed on the site of what could be the site of a new coaster. Oh my god, fam, that is a throwback. Once again, I feel like a lot of new fans to Thorpe Park won't even have had a clue that this was a thing. They literally put up signs in the old Loggers Leap area saying that this attraction is currently under development, and like this whole area, keep your eyes peeled kind of thing.
Almost seems too perfect with the Flume closing and then Wicker Man being built. Loggers Leap's closed. Could this be a good location to build a massive
That's weird
coaster?
To think.
Because let's be honest, it would fit the theme.
They literally like teased the redevelopment of Old Town and just nothing came of it.
It's definitely plausible.
I'm gonna hold on to that because I still think that area is mad plausible, especially with some of the evidence we've been seeing recently.
Now coming in at number 3, we have a hypercoaster. So this type of ride will most likely be made by either B&M or possibly even Intamin, who are now coming into the hypercoaster market.
I mean, nowadays there's even more contenders. There's obviously still B&M, Intamin, but you've also got the possibility of Mack hypercoasters as well. Like, the industry is evolving.
For those of you that don't know, a hypercoaster is a ride that is traditionally over 200 foot. I don't know if Thorpe Park would build over 200 foot or if it would be like a mini hyper. But it's essentially just...
I mean, I've obviously stated in a few of my recent construction updates,
no inversions,
I have to say, I can see Thorpe Park building taller than stealth. I really can.
Because it would offer
I will talk about it more in a bit, but I can see it happening.
A lot of inversions. In fact, I think it's the 4th theme park to have the most.
And I still agree with this. Thorpe Park's got the inversions. You go upside down a lot, but there's not a lot of airtime.
A decent amount.
I still agree with Jack.
For those of you that don't know, airtime is like the feeling you get when you go over a bridge or something where you feel it in your stomach. And yeah, that is just what hypercoasters offer. And a perfect location for a hypercoaster at Thorpe Park would be running down the side of Monk's Walk. So you could have airtime hills and then a little turnaround section, and then it would come back.
I mean, it would be a great location.
On the island next to...
I think there are other locations that could also work and could be being considered. I don't know.
I've only done the Silver Star over at Europa.
Oh yes, what a video.
Coming in with their new model of hypercoaster. For example, Hyperion, which is opening.
It's mad that I've now done Hyperion. It's a great ride, great ride.
So I think Thorpe Park could.
That's sick that I've since been on that ride.
And it would look amazing on the park skyline with a nice.
Oh, there it is. Haha, there it is. Oh boy, that skyline needs a new coaster.
We have a multi-launch roller coaster. And for those of you that are big roller coaster fans, you may know of Icon, which has just opened at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and this is a
that's mad that Icon would have opened the year I filmed this video.
Mack Rides and Intamin are the biggest
that's crazy
manufacturers for this type of roller coaster. And yeah, these type of rides are amazing. They're very compact, like loads of...
I mean, as much as I would like to see a multi-launch coaster, I think this one's fallen off a bit. I just can't see the park investing in that when they've got the likes of Stealth, which is a launch coaster, and they've got plenty of inversions. They've got rides like Colossus. I think for the next coaster at Thorpe, whenever that comes, I can't see it being a multi-launch coaster anymore.
Sharp bends, you can have inversions like on Icon or on Helix for example, but there are also multi-launch coasters such as Taron, which is my favourite roller coaster in the world.
Still is baby, what a ride.
And bank turns and loads of airtime. So yeah, this type of ride would definitely work very, very well at Thorpe Park, considering the success of Icon.
I think it would definitely work very well, but I can't see them doing it.
And as I said,
so I kind of agree with Jack here.
Small footprint, like it doesn't need to take up a lot of space, so it could be placed on the island next to Swarm, or it could even be placed in like the I'm a Celebrity Bush Barbecue.
This is something to consider, this area. Obviously, with the recent markings that we've been discovering around this area. Once again, I don't think they'll add in a multi-launch coaster, but this area, I think it's definitely something to hold on to. I mean, this includes the removal of Slammer in this little area that I've drawn. Who knows? The markings that we saw have been in the Black Mirror queue. They've been right outside of Black Mirror, so I don't know, maybe that's something the park is considering. Who knows? Maybe those markings are just for a drainage system, as I always say.
Area if they ever wanted to redevelop that space. But yeah, I personally would love to see a ride like Taron at Thorpe Park.
I would. I just can't see it happening.
And it would just be amazing to have that ride within the UK. And Icon seems to have gone down well, so I think Thorpe Park would definitely be considering a multi-launch coaster. So we now come to number one, which seems to be the most popular option that people seem to want.
I was actually sat here wondering what it's going to be. Of course.
A viable option, and that is
it's got to be an RMC. Oh boy.
Now this is
2018 would have been like one of the peak years for RMC Thorpe Park, when it actually seemed like really plausible. Like everyone just really wanted it.
Recently, they have started to move over to Europe as well, with the opening of Wildfire over at Colmarden. The elements that are put into these rides are often very strange. Like they have very weird bank turns and weird inversions.
It's mad that I would not have been on a single RMC when I was saying this.
I've been wanting an RMC not only in Europe but within the UK for so many years now. And Thorpe Park does seem like the only park that could do an RMC justice and properly pull it off, in my opinion. So an RMC at Thorpe Park would be amazing.
I mean, Blackpool maybe now you could argue could do great things with an RMC.
It could go on the island next to the Swarm. It could also go where Loggers Leap.
But yeah, since filming this video, I've done Untamed over at Wallaby Holland and Zardra at Energylandia, and they are fantastic rides, and I would still love to see one at Thorpe. But I can't see it happening, to be honest. I know it's like the most wanted thing by enthusiasts, but
so those are, in my opinion,
can't see it happening.
The 4 most likely roller coaster models to be coming to Thorpe Park. Obviously, I could be wrong. There are a ton of other coaster models that Thorpe Park could be looking at, such as dive machines or flying coasters or literally anything. But yeah, those are, in my opinion, the 4 most likely options. But the question obviously comes up of when will we actually find out what ride we're getting? And at the moment, it seems likely that Thorpe Park will be looking to open this big new ride in 2020. And I know it seems like a long time away.
2020! Oh my god, Jack! Wheel that.
Big new ride in 2020, and I know it might seem like a long time away, but
2020 is a long time away. We've been past 2020, Jack. Oh my god, I'm sat here in 2021 and nothing has happened.
We'll be here before you know it, and we've already waited 6 years. We can wait 2 more.
I feel bad, man. I feel bad for this kid. He's optimistic at least, but oh boy. Hopefully, as I'm sat here recording this, it's actually not long before we get a coaster at Thorpe.
But if it does open in 2020, then that does mean we will start to see plans towards the end of 2018, and construction will start at some point in 2019. So yeah, even though it might not be opening for a while, we will start to see construction, and the hype will start to build relatively soon, I believe.
I mean, I love how optimistic I was, and obviously, you never know, like, Thorpe could have literally been planning a coaster as I was filming this video. Obviously Thorpe have gone through a lot of divisional directors since filming this video. So you never know. Obviously when management changes, plans change with it, and maybe a coaster was going to be planned for 2020 and it just fell through. But obviously we only know what has actually happened, and that is that we haven't got a coaster. But yeah, you never know with these things. Something could have been planned and it could have just fallen through at the last minute. So it's a shame, but it's weird to think how close we could have been, and we'll never know, unfortunately. I mean, I'll try and find the answers. I'd love to like do an interview with the divisional director of Thorpe one day and actually ask about like plans and stuff. I'd love to do that, so I'll try for you guys. But yeah, we could have been so close, and we just don't know.
Who knows, it might not even be 2020 that they're planning this, or it could be even later, 2021, or dare I say 2022. I hope not.
Keep going, Jack, keep going. It's looking like at least 2023, 2024 would be my bet, if anything.
And just a quick disclaimer, like, anyone that's trying to claim that they know what the next big ride is going to be, they're just straight lying. Like, literally, I imagine only a handful of people at this point actually know what coaster is going to be at Thorpe Park. So, yeah,
I mean, I still very much back this. Like, people say, oh, I spoke to a worker who said they're doing stuff, and you shouldn't always believe what you hear. Like, until we get hard evidence, anyone's guess is as good as the next person's. Like, I don't know.
That they're getting like inside knowledge and stuff. They're just lying. It's not true. Only a few people know. One of those people is probably watching this video. They know who they are. He's probably laughing at me, making all these speculations. But yeah, as soon as
that same person is probably still watching, still laughing at me. They know who they are.
If you get some official news about this next big ride, I will of course be making a video about it straight away. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon to be notified as soon as I upload that video. I'm
very sorry to anyone that subscribed off the bat of that statement and were waiting for me to announce when the new coaster was coming. Thank you if you're still sticking around waiting for that video. Hopefully it won't be long.
And yeah, I do make a load of other Thorpe Park videos and just other roller coaster and theme park.
There we go. Sounds like I'm rounding off the video there. Wow, that's a bit of a mad one, isn't it? It's weird to look back 3 years ago and see the state that Thorpe Park was in and the state that the community was in regards to Thorpe. Very interesting. Yeah, as I said throughout this video, and as I've shown in a lot of recent vlogs and construction updates and stuff, I genuinely think things are starting to move. Like, there's been bits of evidence, nothing super hard, but there's definitely been evidence. So I think we could be due another one of these videos. So if you would like to see me make an updated Thorpe Park's next coaster, then leave a like on this video, because I think the time has come to re-speculate and kind of homing on some very exciting stuff that's been happening at the park, and kind of put that all into one singular video rather than spread across multiple vlogs and stuff. But yeah, if you haven't been keeping up to date with the vlogs and stuff, we have been seeing some pretty exciting stuff. So yeah, exciting times. But yeah, apologies for this kind of reaction video, but yeah, it's a bit of a test. If you guys have enjoyed this, I'll definitely be doing more of these throughout like close season and stuff when I'm not able to go and vlog the parks. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, my name's TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.